Okay, so what if we got to space and we started using space dust and collecting space dust in hordes, and maybe even ran a vacuum cleaner system on the moon and sucked it off? And the idea here would be to create a massive 3D printer in space so that way we can create a hollow body for ourselves in space that is able to be lived in. So, in a sense, a rock. You take the mixed materials around, you make a 3D object, pressurize the inside of it, coat the outside of it, give a spin to it, and you can grow things on the inside of it as long as it has a power source. You can keep them spinning within a void of their own. All you need is something to build it, right? And it would be more like a pod then, like a seed pod. So you create these things in space of a 3D printer, they're a shell, and then you pressurize them, and then in the inside of these pods you connect them to one another, and then you can walk between the pods, and in the pods, because they spin readily because they're ultralight but held together in a fashion that enables them to resist radiation, wavelength form, and small objects hitting them because of the way the 3D printer would put it together. And then we just attach them, and then it becomes sort of like a pod, not any different than a mud hut in the old days when we didn't have technology to make the best of the best. We made things like mud huts, or we dug into the hillside. This would be a same similar fashion for space. It would be the early steps. Instead of having a mud hut, we would build these pods, get them spinning, fill them up with air, connect them to one another, and then we'd have a viable substance, and we could do this readily because we could create a giant machine that literally sits out there in space and uses everything from space to build it.